How we going, guys? Welcome to another episode of KiwiRC. Today we're going to compare the two sizes and brands of EC135s, both the ADACs, just so we can compare them the same. So the little one here we have is Flywing's, I believe they say 470L EC135 with the ACE controller. And over here we have FLISHRC with the Roban, paired with a Roban body. And this is a 500 size with an L7 controller. And you can see that the controllers are exactly the same, guys. And here's what you get: charges versus batteries. We'll start with the little fella, because everybody's got these. I've seen a million of them on the internet. You can buy them from many different suppliers. Anyway, what I find is quite cool is if we have a look right down here, it's got a nice little latch. If you can see that in the camera, the latch opening. And when you pull the latch, it just comes off, and it's got the down. So it hasn't got the magnets like you generally have. On the Robans, they all have magnets, not a latch. You can see the ACE controller, battery. You can see they've got a dual speed controller that controls the tail and the main engine. These come assembled, and by looks of it they're screwed in and then glued in, so I can't take this one out, whereas the FLISHRC ones come out and you put them inside, so you can check everything. But anyway, let's now pop over to the Flish 500. And these just magnets, so simply they pull off. And of course, this one being a KiwiRC model, we've added all the lights and stuff to it, so you can just unplug that from the light kit and take this right away, but for now we can leave it plugged in. And you can see in the size of this, we've got some nice metal geared servos with a little bit of aluminium heat shrinking on them, nice aluminium servo horns or aluminium swash plate. Screwed in and slid in, and these screws you get this way rather than down like this one. I don't think there's any way you could get this out unless you cut the glue out from the Flywing. This one you can take in and out at your leisure. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, guys, anyway, because this is our very first Flywing EC135. So we'll put the canopy back on. This is actually, a bit of a different model. You'll see it's got the Wi-Fi from KiwiRC, it's got the lighting from KiwiRC, it's got the spotlight from KiwiRC underneath there as well. Okay, we might as well leave these off because we'll put the batteries in them. So Flish is going to supply you with this 4500 milliamp 60C 22.2 volt, being the 500 size. Of course, guys, they're different sizes here, so not much is going to be the same, but it just want to see where your bang for your buck goes, right? And come back to the Flywing. We've got a Flywing branded 5000 milliamp. Doesn't have the C rating, but it says it's 74 watt hour. Anyway, so this one slides down into here and just sticks on the bottom. There is a wrapping piece, I guess, for when you fly it. But for now, we're just going to put it in there and put everything back together. So I'll put the canopy on. So this one, you just line up your dials, sliding it in, and pull your latch is best to do. And it just slides in and then let your latch go. And that's quite snug. A little bit of movement, but that's not going to come off with that latch will fly. With the Flish one, obviously we have to tuck our lighting that we've added the lighting wires around as we slide it on. But this has magnets in place. Don't know if you get down to the camera there. It's got 4 corresponding magnets and the 4 dowels on each side. So no latch. And they really, you feel it just grab hold of it and it really pulls it off you. So it's on there really well. I've never had one come off in flight. Look, you can pick the machine up with the battery in it. So clip or no clip, they both seem to be good. Quite like about the Flywing, as you know, if you guys have it, they've got these quick release blades, which is great for transport. And of course on these we've got our standard nylock washer, sorry, nylock nut and bolt. So a little bit of a bonus with this little one, that's quite good for transport. But I mean, that's traditional, most helicopters have that, but that's a really cool upgrade. That's not available on this one. So next we'll have a talk about the scale, right, and we'll just put them in here. So we're not talking the size difference. They are slightly different. This is a 470, so I think it's 700 and something long. This one's 900 and something long. You get the specs quite easily from anywhere. So what I notice about the Roban bodies, they are really good quality. This Flywing body, it looks actually really good, but if you peruse over it, there's some really good detailing, like the rivets and these ducts, which actually are absent from the Roban model. So we've got the door slider, we've got our, obviously our hatch, because these are medical. Remember, these are, you know, you can put someone inside them. That's the point of these, the rescue helicopters. Okay, so you've just got that shaped out on this. You haven't got all the rivets, which actually I think are quite nice on the little Flywing. So, you know, that's up for the Flywing. And it actually looks like someone sat down and hand painted these. They don't look like decals. And this comes with all of this on it. And it looks like I've done a really good job. Even over these little, so it's got little casting marks. That looks like it's actually, you know, I've got quite a lot of detail on this model. The doors aren't marked out quite as well, but they're good. It's got its lighting kit that it does come with, whereas that is an extra on the Flish one, but it's not by any means a scale light. It's these things here. But hey, that's cool. Take it for a night flight or, you know, moon flight. Yeah, a little bit, I think, quite soft in the body, but again, being the smaller model, the lightness is key, right? And it's probably sturdy enough to do the job. Paint finishing, we've gone matte and I've gone gloss, so I'm not sure which one I like yet. I'm still thinking about that. The gloss obviously looks really nice, but and the matte looks pretty cool too. And we'll move over here and we'll see. So these are all decals that you've got to stick on with the Flish. And I've got to be honest, they're a bit of fun. Our first one we did horribly. But we've learned a bit of a process. You can check that out in our videos too. But they are really nice stickers. Got the tail star. You've got another set of these that go on here. I haven't got that on because I like it. I've actually gone to Roban because Roban do a 450 as well, and brought these sticker sets that are like this as well, and a few other little bits and pieces that we're going to put in there, but we're not on there because that's sort of not really being fair with the comparison. And of course, these are not standard. The lights look really good on the FLISHRC, but they're not standard. They are an upgrade. They will put them on there for you, or you can put them on. We install them ourselves next time we're putting them in here, but standard they just come in here. They're a bit difficult in here just because it's if you're not careful you can crack these in half when you're trying to drill through. Anyway, so be careful if you're doing that. Real careful, go cut the size of drills, don't just force the big one through. Tail's quite cool. They've got the actual numbering, which is on a reel. We don't have that on that, but I mean, I guess you could add that. That's another thing. I've got the numbering from the 450, and we're going to put them on it to make it look a bit nicer. But then that's chatting in this video, so it's not on there for now. Very thick ADAC on this, and a bit thinner. I don't know which is real, but we'll take. Look underneath, they've got the strip running through underneath. It's very red, the strip on this one. Not that fluor orange of the real thing. Quite cool though, they've got little scale windows in this. The Flish MD500s have the scale windows and the A109s and so on, but the EC135 is empty like this. I don't know if that's for cooling, there's probably a fair bit more heat in there, so I like the cooling idea, but you know, it'd be nice to have a couple of scale windows too, because that looks really good on that little one. I've done a good effort. I've done a really good effort here on the Ferguson fan. Having this is very much like the real thing. It looks very thin, but because it's braced in here, that's going to take a lot of weight. And you'll see where you've just got a slight, Roban just take a slight bit of care with their finishing and painting, and perhaps flowing. And this is a cast part and screwed on, where if you look over to the Roban, these, and we've just got them, so it's been out flying this one, so it's got bugs and grass and stuff over it. We've got a bit of long grass where we land. These, I just glue them on top glue, stable as, and screw these on the same, but they're not actually part of the body like these are cast in. Okay, or perhaps put together by Flywing and then glued and painted together, I don't know. You've got another light under here, little flasher I believe. But this is all standard on the Flywing, so that's pretty cool. And then this is standard on the Roban, this light decal, but whether or not you're going to have a bulb in it, it's up to the extras, you see. So we've got that as an extra. We've got the port starboard lights. We've got a spotlight on it. The strip actually breaks when we put ADAC there. Look, I haven't removed that, or the ADAC didn't notice that, but we'll do that then. We've got also this flashing light there, where I put the flashing light there where the spotlight usually is. It's just a bit of a personal choice on that one. But of course that you can get that all done from Flish as well at an extra cost. So what else do we want to talk about? I was still talking about the fan. I quite like the white tail blade they're still using on here. I think that's really cool because that looks a lot more scale. Then this is clearly just a drone blade light. While it's very effective, I can tell you personally, these fly beautifully. It just doesn't quite look as snazzy, shall we say, as this one. Quite like that. We'll let you know on the films because we're going to do a flight comparison video, obviously. And if you want to look at paint finishing, just if we can, and the camera, I mean, the finishing's really nice on this one. Needs a polish here because I just took the sticker off, so I need to clean that. They do a really nice gloss job on it. There's no imperfections on the body. They've also got the all metal skids with the, I've got a bit of glow, sticky glow tape on there. It's fluid at night, it looks quite good just so you can see where your skids are for fun. The steps there that they don't have on the Flywing, which of course are obviously more scale. We do have the real ones, do have the steps. Obviously they all have generally have the snowplow looking barefoot ones too, which these don't, but I mean, you could probably buy it. We can only go so scale on these smaller models. You jump up, start going 600, 700, 800, they just start getting ridiculously scale, which is great too. So what else do we need to talk about?
Price.
Okay, so New Zealand dollars, because we're Kiwis, and hopefully you guys can work that out, get on Google and go to US and all the rest of it. This one here I believe we got for $1,400 or just over. I think it was close to $1,500 delivery because it's got the new Ace controller instead of the H1. Okay, and then this one here, without the lighting, Wi-Fi, battery spy, spotlight, and all that kind of stuff, I think you'll get them for delivered to New Zealand. Unfortunately, the delivery kills us over here, guys. It's probably $2,300 for the machine and $500 for the delivery. But so about $2,800, $2,900, you get these, and without the extras, they'll do the extra. It's like $100 US for the lights and the installation, but we do it ourselves. Good metal heads on them, good blades. These ones have got the quite realistic, what we're seeing a lot of now, which is your flat bottom blades with the wing shape. Okay, so you can buy these now. We've actually got some coming for these as well, so they're much the same. They'll be black with the yellow tip, not having FLISHRC written on them. So waiting for the shot, and if you can see, these ones are just both cut on that same angle, so you get lift both the same ways. These are scale though, so you're not going to fly this upside down, so it doesn't need that blade to be like that.
Can we put them side by side so that we know how the difference of the size?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the other thing I just want to, I sort of got quite a blunt nose here. I like that, it's a bit realer of the shape. While they both still look very good. They are slightly different shape if you look at them, the way each person's taken the scale and develop it into the model. And you guys know Roban, great, they make all sorts of scale models, absolutely great, and Flywing have done a really great job, but this looks like they've made this themselves. Alright, so we'll turn them on anyway and get them to light up for you. So the problem I guess about the windows, you've got to take it off to turn on. Same on each remote. Get rid of those chargers. Plug this in. And we'll put that little scale body back on too. Okay, so it's doing its loading thing. You see it always does the balance of the plate, the H series stuff, and then goes up and down and it's ready to go. And it'll load up, you've got your various lights. We're inside, we're on home at the moment, so it's purple saying it's coming home. If you were to flick the GPS, it'll turn to those colours like scale, but it's not going to load up here on the GPS. Generally inside they don't like that, bit much metal on this house. So you can see it's got that strobe on the tail. You've got left and right light there. The controls are set up different, so you've got stop and start for the engine here. There's got 3 different ways in which they'll fly as far as how much angle it'll give you on the stick. And so you've got soft, normal, sport, and you've got home, GPS and ATT, which is altitude hold with stabilisation, but not the GPS position hold. Okay, and then it's got a circle turn switch on and off here. Okay, so that's the light you get. This is the control. You can see that inside the I've got plenty of range of control with them. This has got quite an amount of pitch. So you even got reverse pitch there. But like I said, you're not going to fly the scale machine upside down, are you? Okay. And unlock and lock is different on each one too. So on the H series stuff, I'm Flywing, hold it out. Doesn't like me, so I'll probably have to go down to 8 because it's not going to load on the GPS inside, like I said. So we'll go down to ATT mode, it'll unlock. Yeah, it's just unlocked. There you go. We'll just flip that switch and away you go. So we'll get up to that head speed. That's normally what I mean to take off. And that's full head speed now. So I'm not going to let go of that, I'm just doing it to be shots inside. There you go, very nice, start up. not too loud. It's got a little bit of gear noise to it, but I mean it's got nice sound. The tail motor is very quiet. Obviously we haven't taken off, so it's not working or anything just yet. So we're going to do a fly video, so you'll see that anyway. We'll just leave this one sitting here, put it back on home so it doesn't go anywhere. Not that it's going to, but anyway, we'll move down to this one. Okay, quite good about this as we have got the windows not covered, so you can just go, well, we should probably turn this on though too, right? Always turn your blimmin' controller on first, guys. So in here you'll see there's a battery spy, which is one of these extras we've added. Again, it's not standard, so it's not against anything against Flywing. You can see the little red light down, that's the Wi-Fi signal, because unlike the H series, H1, H2 and ACE, they are controllable by laptop, yes, but not live application. So you've got the Q ground control app that can take Bluetooth signal from the controller always for about 50 meters, or you can upgrade to this Wi-Fi module and it should give you 500 meters. We've had, you know, depending on the interference, so we've had good from this and been able to keep in the range of the Wi-Fi and the app. So you've got all the details, all the data, all the battery voltage shown there. But see, I haven't got my battery spy plugged in, but usually I show it there where it says RX. That's why it's not showing the RX, because I would plug my little spy into the balance port and it would tell me the, well, not voltage, but how much in the bar. Okay, and again, like I said, set up the controller slightly different. So run stop the same. This we've got functions on our LED controller, seeing different signals. You've got the slow on the tail, and they're all flashing the same. And then we can change it again, and it'll flash each side. So the red to the reds, and the green's on the green, and again the slow flashing light. So there's quite a few different functions you can go through. But again, I'm not going to show them all because it's actually not a standard feature unless you buy it from KiwiRC or have it fitted by the factory. Yeah, and for this one, again, it's probably not going to fly on the GPS mode because it's inside. Let's see, this one's different to turn on. It actually turned on in GPS mode. You probably shouldn't have. Okay, so, well, it'll arm again in a second anyway, see, because you didn't start it. So on it's just the one stick, and it's pulled into that corner, and it'll give you a long beat, and the light will go solid green, and it'll show that light in different colours for different modes. Let's bring it down to ATT again. It's armed again, but anyway, so we can show the movement there in 6G. So we've got really good range, nicely hidden down inside there, that swash plate too, so that's pretty cool. Anyway, I'll bring that back to ATT, that'll bring that to the level. So we're going to take off, actually if you look, it's got a little bit of down pitch. So let's unlock that again. So again, we'll go to full head speed. So you can actually hear the power in that from that 25 volts with a battery. It's got a good size engine and a good size tail motor. So we'll talk flight times. They say in about 14-15 minutes on this one, up to 25, so we'll let you know once we've tested it. They say 25 on this too, but we can tell you that it's about 12 minutes. And that's fine. 12 minutes is actually a long time up in the air, and if you think that's not enough, just chuck another battery in the air, or you can upgrade the size. There is room. Different models, different rooms. I'm sure there's probably an upgrade battery for the Flywing too, and I know with the Flywing you can buy in 1, 2, 3 batteries. So this thing's telling me to turn it off, so it's been on too long. So let's just turn them off, and I think we're probably almost done for the video. I don't think I've forgotten anything. Like I said, about 14 to 1500 New Zealand, then you can start buying up and having batteries. I think the 3 batteries is like $1,700. The H1 controller is a little bit cheaper, but why would you have the H1 now that this is out? Anyway, we'll test that and tell you, you might want it. We'll see. All right, verdict's not in. L7 controller, say $2,800 delivered to your door. And the L7 controller, ADAC capable, great. They both should fly really well. We've seen so many of these fly on the internet, and they do really well. You've probably seen a few videos of these hovering around too. If you haven't, jump on and see the MD500s. Give us a like, subscribe. A109s and those sort of things. You see a few other different Roban models, all FLISH internals. And we've even had the green FW450 from Flywing too, which is an absolutely awesome thing, and it does get that 20 minutes of flight time that they say. So well done then. Take these off, unplug them. And this one you don't have to take off, which is great, right? But we'll take that off. See, those magnets are really good, eh? And you can have a look on those real nice and close.
All right.
A little bit stuck in there. Good. See, that was done, wasn't it? Nice. Put that together first. So they're all a little bit fun to put the canopies on, but line up the dowels, let that clip go. This one here looks like it's a, yeah. So that's a kilo worth, maybe 1.5. I'd say that's probably 3.5 kilo. We haven't weighed them, maybe we'll do that and let you know before we fly them. There you go, those fans together. And then we'll show you the back of this one, and like I said, to the front of this one. You see, that's quite nice, that white fan. Sorry, I'm reaching over you there. Hope you can see that.
Okay.
Okay, and this is just a piece of carbon fibre. That's got a nice nylon block that holds onto it. You can see this is actually part of the body. And all it is these little, it's enough to hold that in there. It's a small little, there's no real movement, so I mean, should be enough, right? And I can tell you from the experience we've had with this one, these are fine. Like that, it's really stable. The tails are really, but they do, we'll find out when we fly them, that one do have a little bit of noise. Let you know how that one goes. Right, thanks for watching guys. Like, subscribe. We'll see you when we test fly it. Okay, there you have it, guys. That's our comparison. That's the end of the video. We're going to run a poll so you guys can tell us which one you like, the 470 Flywing or the 500 Flish. So I'll give you my vote now. As cool as this is and as awesome as I'm really looking forward to flying it, I'm going to vote for the 500 because it's bigger and it's just a little bit more impressive body. But you guys let us know what you think. Catch you in the next video, guys.